Hey guys, hope you all are doing good. Today, on one of our friends' request, I came here to simplify what is threat hunting. So, today's topic is threat hunting simplified. So, let's understand this topic like this. Okay, suppose you have a big castle, which represent basically your organization, and you are a security guard on duty roaming inside, right? This is you, a security guard roaming inside it to secure the castle. So here, what will you do for threat hunting? Basically, as a guard, you should not trust anyone, right? And you need to keep an eye continuously on everyone. Uh, you should have a suspicious eye on everyone, right? This is the basic thing. There is something called zero trust architecture nowadays. We'll talk about that later in some other video. For now, simply, you should not trust anyone. That is the basic thing, basic criteria of a guard, right? So here, for you, what a threat can be, right? It can be anything. It can be anything, and it can come from any side, right? For example, someone who is staying inside your castle only, somewhere here. Okay, he's uh, he's trying to access into any some unauthorized rooms in an odd hours, right? Very odd times. It is a suspicious activity for you, right? And one more suspicious activity is if any some insider is trying to take your assets outside the perimeter wall without any consent or without any permission of anyone. So that may be also a threat. Anyone who is contacting some person outside the castle regularly, that may be a threat. I'm not saying that is a threat, but that may be a threat. You need to have a suspicious eye on everything, right? So some unknown person is entering inside. He is not a threat, but he may be a threat. You should understand like this. You should have always a suspicious eye on everyone, and need to continuously monitoring every damn thing, right? So these all are basically considered to be a threats. So what will you do to hunt them? What will you basically do to hunt them? It's a simple, in a simple way. You just need to be proactive, right? How will you do that? Just keeping an eye on any suspicious activity using your own intel. Okay, using any method, any kind of method, whatever you can use, you can use it. And you can hunt down any that kind of activity. For example, if some, for some from somewhere you came to know that an enemy is trying to contact any insider person of a castle standing outside here. Okay, so what will be your next step? You got an intel already. So what will you do that? What will you do then? What will you basically do? Here you will try to look for any such kind of person who is trying to establish a contact from inside to outside or from outside to inside, right? You can gather this kind of information from anywhere, from any of your intel. And if at all, if you get any person to trying to establish a contact, you just need to investigate that person. Whatever, what for what purpose you are trying to contact that person. What is it, true positive or false positive in the SOC perspective? This is the basic understanding of what threat hunting is, right? So now if we talk the same thing about same thing about the same thing in a SOC scenario, I'll just give you two examples uh, till now, what we have learned in the Splunk and SIEM. Uh, let us understand like this. Uh, the first example will be, if you are uh, let's say you are conducting a threat hunt to identify any potential insider threats within your organization. Okay, this will be your first example. Your objective is to detect any unauthorized access to a sensitive data. Okay, so the first step is you need to configure the Splunk or any SIEM tool, whichever you have in your organization, to ingest the logs from authentication systems, file servers, databases. Okay, all these things where user generally logs into your system or get access to a database. So these kind of logs you need to ingest into your Splunk. After that, you need to use your Splunk to search for any suspicious activity, such as multiple failed login attempts, unusual access patterns. Okay, multiple fail or unusual access patterns. For example, someone is accessing files at odd hours or accessing sensitive data without any proper authorization. Those kind of things you can search from your Splunk search ad, okay, or from any IBM QRadar console. Okay. After that, you need to write correlate rules, or you need to correlate the authentication logs with the file access logs to identify um, any users who may be attempting to access files they shouldn't have to access, right? For those files which they need, for those files which they generally shouldn't have access, but still they are attempting to access those files. These kind of logs you'll get by correlating these authentication logs with the file access logs, okay, by studying that. After that, you'll create a visualization and a report to see the threat, to see any such kind of trends in the user activity, and immediately you'll get an alert. So this is how you will hunt down this kind of threat before it is happening. This is one example for threat hunting. Okay. If you talk about a second example, let me talk about a second example. This is uh, identifying and blocking out your outbound communication to any known malicious command and control servers within your organization network. Okay. So here also, your first step will be configuring your Splunk or any SIEM tool, whichever your organization is having, to collect network traffic logs and firewall logs and DNS logs, etc. Any network kind of logs to ingest into your Splunk or SIEM tool. And after that, you need to search for any outbound network traffic to trying to establish connection with external IP addresses are known to be an associated known to be associated with command and control servers, attackers command and control servers. Okay. You can do this by correlating firewall logs or network firewall logs with the threat intelligence feeds or IOCs. Okay, whichever we call it, threat intelligence feeds or IOCs containing lists of known malicious IPs and all. Here, this is where we created lookup files, right? Lookup files in the Splunk and correlate them with the with your network firewall logs, right? We did it already. So this is where this kind of correlation rules come into help. And after that, the same step we have creating a visualization and reports to see the trends in the user activity, where he is trying to establish any connection to those malicious IPs or not. If at all someone is trying to establish, then immediately you'll get an alert in your visualization or reports. Then immediately you can take the action incident response. Okay. This is what threat hunting is generally called as. It is simplified as per me. So this is how you hunt down something which is likely to become a threat in the near future. So thank you guys. uh, so if you have any other complex topics to be simplified, just put a comment. I'll just try to come up with the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.